The Ballon d'Or trophy is a highly esteemed accolade in the realm of football, presented annually by France Football. However, our focus today is not on discussing what the Ballon d'Or is, who the potential winner might be, or who is deserving of the honor. Instead, our focus today is on a crucial duo that takes center stage when discussing this prestigious award. Now, let's delve into the story. This is Gabriel Hanot, born in 1889 in the small northern French town of Arras. He exhibited remarkable intelligence and a deep passion for the game of football from an early age. Despite his evident talents as a student, his journey into the world of football was somewhat short-lived. After completing his education, he made 12 appearances for the French national team. However, his burgeoning football career was interrupted by the outbreak of World War I. During the war, Hanot distinguished himself as a fighter pilot, a role that took precedence over his professional football career. Unfortunately, his time as a pilot came to an early end due to a plane accident. Following this unfortunate incident, Hanot transitioned into the realm of journalism. Alongside his burgeoning career as a sports journalist, he also took on the role of the French national team's coach. Hanot's journalism career began with L'Otho and Le Mieux Dispo. His passion for and expertise slowly gained recognition throughout Europe, ultimately leading to his appointment as the editor of L'Équipe newspaper, one of the most prominent daily newspapers for sports reporting in France. During his tenure at L'Équipe, Hanot made a bold and memorable move. After France's disappointing 5-1 defeat to Spain, he penned an anonymous article in a French sports newspaper, decrying the performance of the team's manager. The article stated, "The sole manager has not succeeded this season. If this is enough to condemn a man, let us replace him. In these conditions, a new technical advisor must be found, says one of us, as the previous one has not managed to get the necessary performances from the chosen players." In a bold twist, he demanded the coach's dismissal, only to subsequently resign from the coaching position himself, following the very recommendation he had put forth. In the early 1930s, Gabriel Hanot played a pivotal role in the professionalization of football in France. During this period, he was instrumental in the establishment of a league that would later evolve into Liga. Fast forward to 1955, at the age of 65, Hanot embarked on another significant initiative. This endeavor was inspired by the resounding success of the South American Championship of Champions tournament, which had been brought to his attention by some of his reporters. To bring this idea to fruition, he collaborated with the paper's editor and 2 other colleagues in journalism. Together, this dedicated team proposed the creation of a continent-wide knockout tournament. Little did they know that this proposed tournament would ultimately evolve into the prestigious European Cup, a competition recognized today as the Champions League, one of the most esteemed and iconic football tournaments in the world. Later, Hanot, being recognized for his efforts, earned himself a move to France Football magazine and quickly began brainstorming for his next step. Along with a group of journalists of France Football, Hanot felt the need to recognize and honor the best football player in Europe. So in 1956, the Ballon d'Or was born. Over the years, the award evolved and slowly gained recognition, becoming the most coveted trophy that every player dreams of. However, as the winner poses in front of hundreds of photographers with the world's gaze shining on them, it should not be forgotten that it was Gabriel Hanot's appreciation of great footballers that gave us such nights of grandeur. Remember the name Gabriel Hanot. Now, let's shift our focus to the other key figure we're going to discuss, someone often overlooked: the masterful designer of the Ballon d'Or trophy. While the inventor's vision set the stage, it was the designer's skill that transformed it into an enduring work of art. Mellerio de Meller is considered the world's oldest family-owned jewelry firm with a history spanning more than 400 years. They have been crafting the Ballon d'Or trophy since 1956 at their atelier above their historic retail store, and the current trophy is designed by François Mellerio. The firm has retained a know-how of artisanship, allowing them to create high gold pieces and precious objects, such as rock crystal and hard stone objects, table ornaments, academic swords, and sports trophies. They also craft trophies for events like the French Open tennis tournament, sailing, equestrianism, and golf. Creating the Ballon d'Or trophy is a meticulous process that relies on the expertise of its workshop. According to Mellerio, the manufacturing process has remained unchanged since its inception. It all begins 6 months before the trophy is delivered, and requires nearly 100 hours of work. The primary stage involves welding two half-spheres of brass together. The next step is in the hands of the goldsmith, who creates an opening for embedding the ball onto a block of pyrite. The trophy then moves on to the carver, who fills it with a cement-like substance to push the metal into a pre-crafted pattern, revealing the ball's seams. This delicate step demands precision and meticulousness to replicate the 32 panels found on a football. This phase takes around 15 hours to complete. The next craftsman polishes the ball and hands it to the engraver, who meticulously inscribes the France football logo and the edition year. Subsequently, the trophy undergoes a gold bath, adding a luxurious 5 kilograms of 18-karat gold to its surface. Once this is complete, it returns to the goldsmith, who secures it onto the pyrite base. Finally, a gem sculptor levels the pyrite stone to ensure a perfect fit with the golden brass plate on which the trophy proudly rests. This amalgamation of craftsmanship and luxury is what makes the Ballon d'Or a truly exceptional award, cherished by players and fans alike. So, as we celebrate each new winner holding that magnificent golden sphere aloft, let's remember the unsung heroes behind it. Gabriel Hanot, the man who gave us the concept, and Mellerio, the artisans who breathe life into it, are the true brains and hands behind the Ballon d'Or. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel.